Imagine that you could already deduce the kit from such a long-awaited character as Citlali, or even Chaska. Imagine that there's a great team that hasn't been investigated enough, and that hasn't reached the community yet. But that gives us totally the clues of the kit and the construction of one of the characters. At least, Creo is coming to NATLAN. Yeah, today we're going to talk about what could be Citlali's kit. Or Chaska, as Chaska is debating whether it is a Nemo or Creo. And in this case, there are not only slight strokes of his kit in someone, leaks, but definitely with what I'm going to bring you in this video, we're going to be able to deduce at least the concrete role of one of the Cryo characters that will be in NATLAN's version. It does not cost you anything, it helps a lot, positions and recommends the video and makes the entire channel team grateful. So link down here in the description for direct guests and welcome. And like, subscribe with bell. And we go with a possible and quite close kit both from Citlali and at least somewhat Creo to get us to NATLAN. Well, first let's rule out Chaska's subject. Although it comes early at 5.2 because you know that Chaska has been a change, and it has literally been a change because in images, both gameplay and some cinematics there, was a time ago that had a Cryo vision, and it was said that definitely he was going to be Archer Cryo, and now he's changed his vision to Nemo, and supposedly currently he's a vision to Nemo in Thay. What Chaska's data is in the game? We still don't know if it will be carry or if it will be support, but we know that Hoyo and Genshin have fixation for the carries, and a lot of things we expected have definitely been carries, and there will always be the same number of carries as you support, or even more carries than you support. First, I'm going to tell you some information that's already going around the liquor circles, and it's basically it. Citlali is kind of a support out of the field. It's strange, but he's supposed to put shields on us if in the end. It's not 4 stars because it'll be a healer. Well, healer no. Shelter forgive me, 5 stars. But also that it has a cryo source out of the field with a decent climbing. Let's say, it's some kind of cryo support that hits cryo out of the field and puts shield on the main carry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to change the subject of the video because I'm going to explain something to you that will then link up in a big. We've been trying out 100 variants and a lot of barbarities recently on Kinnish teams to see how and to where and to what extent not only can burn mechanics be exploited, but also to exploit potentially of Kinnish himself, until I have reached the point of discovering a team which, as I said at the beginning of the video, no one is speaking literally in the community, but it works perfectly. And as if in NATLAN we now have the vaporized about. Mwalani burn, we have the burns and crackle pure Kinnish. And we have some equipment, especially the best equipment. Kinnish, who is a Bennett Siangling, Fiorina, Kinnish and I, explain briefly, and I give you a summary in Kinnich's build. And in Kinnich's teams, this team is Kinnich's best. And yet, it's not a 100% consistent team. I mean, Fiorina makes reverse vaporizations on the burn, but doesn't apply enough to get them out because Siangling apply more to get bloom seeds out next to Kinnick, so that then Siangling makes a crackle, but possibly Mavuika doing Xiangling but applying a little less allows us to make this team much better and much more powerful. Well, as a result of this, I thought, can you make a Kinnish team burn with a cryo character? Outside the field that melts on the burn and is a sub-DPs in the style of Xiangling, but that on the burn melts? And ladies and gentlemen, I discovered this right here. Rosaria, Xiangling, Bennett, and with Mavuika, you can surely play exactly the same instead of Xiangling. And it turns out that what you're seeing right now, these gameplays with Trollonade both in the abyss and outside. As you can see, all Rosaria's blows are melted. The burn remains constant, and this gives us the possibility, although you see that Rosaria does little. 40k ago I think, and with Trollonade open world a little more, it's not well built. I've put 3 or 4 things in it so it can be seen that the critic jumps continuously and has a chance to see what it's always like. And it turns out this, and now you know where I'm going in the video. He's opening the door to explain to us that one of the things that's going to happen in NATLAN is that there's also a team. We already have a pure team where we can play. Furiously in the field with Emily and Xiangling Bennett, and in the future, Emily and Mavuika Bennett, as I explained to you in this video of the power creep and NATLAN's closed teams, which is over here on screen, where if you notice, Emily is practically the dendro that is going to be used most in NATLAN by the burning cores, and surely instead of Xiangling is used, and is always more useful Mavuika because Xiangling is more Made, to vaporize outside the field and make it the pyro applicator, and also Xiangling still has the limitation of the 20 seconds. I'm sure Mavuika will have the rotation of 15-16 and generate quite better than Xiangling outside. The fact is that this core exists from Urisli. Emily and Xiangling Bennett, and you can melt everything Urisli does, and it's not bad at all. But the gross damage Kinish gives us in the field with the burn core, with the cryo sub-diaps that can do the Xiangling sub-DPS. And melt with the cryo being able to make blows of 100-120k outside the field, with a future cryo 5 stars that scale US. So powerful and that above in the case of Citlali, these leaks are said that it may be that outside the field I give a shield and he, which will make these melted blows out of the field is the perfect way, as you can see, to fit into the puzzle of everything that was being commented on. If Chaska were cryo in the end instead of an MO, or maybe they're playing with this doubt so that people aren't that obvious either. What I can deduce, Chaska capable, yes, is a cryo carry that gives us these mechanics of pure melt or melt. On burn, as Urisli did not succeed so much here and mainly pulled more stability in permafrost equipment. However, it is the teams of Urisli that can be played less. You know them in Ayakas and them in permafrost general that we have a little limited permafrost in the abyss. So this branch explodes the cryos and melts inside. And out of the field, it's quite possible that one of the minimum characters they bring us to NATLAN is like that. Finally, and to finish all the top of the video, I will give you a very interesting pearl about Auroran. Auroran is already known to be Electro and his Archer, so in my opinion, and about how puddles fit I think what is Electro. In relation to the Pyro Overload and that we already have an Electro Archer that is Satos that goes with Dendro or Hyper Reaction. Bloom even because he takes advantage of the Mastery, surely he'll give us to Auroran some kind of Archer. I don't know if it's going to be carry or support to improve the Overload equipment a little bit more with Chevreuse and Playa Mavuika. Chevreuse, Auroran, and something else. And this, if you look, meets the line and the rule of making us new fully focused teams to relatively new characters or just NATLAN characters, as I explained to you as I said at the beginning of the video in the fall. Power grip video that's over here that you notice is Hoyoverse's strategy in NATLAN. Take away closed teams, focused everything on full new characters so that you go taking out new characters and people don't know. Pond or stop spending money because you already feel you have enough with the old or the old like Nouvellette. The Nationals. Raiden and everything else that we already know and is already bursting so little more, this is what could come. Net. Subscribe, leave a good comment for the algorithm you know. Thanks for enjoying the video and the channel. And that helps and supports a lot. You don't know how much and for you it is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, so recommend the video, give it like, share it, subscribe with bell. Thank you for all the affection and support care. Very good day and bye.